What's good, YouTube? It's Real Jev. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be showcasing the 4-2-5 defense. This has a lot of very glitchy pressure with just sending 5 people on the blitz. Very solid defense, probably becoming my new favorite defense in this game. If you haven't watched my last video, it is on the 3-3-5 TITE defense. Go check that out after this video. And thank y'all so much for the support on that video. During that video, I say that I am completely rebranding my channel, completely starting over. I was all 2K content. Now we're completely switching over to college football and Madden. And the support on that video went insane. We got over 500 subscribers and over 45,000 views, and it's still going up. So thank y'all so much for the support on that. That was just very awesome to see. And with all that being said, before we get into this defense, 2 last things I want to point out to you. In the description down below is my Twitter link. You can go follow me over there for updates whenever I go live and for new videos. And I would love to just chat with y'all about the game. If you have any questions about anything, I will always answer any DMs or responses to my post. And then the last thing to point out is my very first Dynasty video is down in the description below. It is the Nick Saban Challenge. It's going to be a multi-part series. It's my first ever big project video on the channel. It's about an hour and 8 minutes, so watch it in your convenient time. Watch it here and there, but go and check that out and let me know what you think. With all the yapping done, let's hop into this defense. Alright, so the playbook you want to be in is the 4-2-5. So here's a couple of important things you want with this defense. You want a very fast safety, or DB, because a lot of this defense is built on a strong safety blitzing off the edge. So the faster you can have for that player, the better. You also want very good edge rushers if possible, because sometimes the safety will get picked up, but the edge rusher will come in completely free. So the faster players you have there, or the better abilities you have on the edges, is also very nice. But this defense can really be set up out of a lot of different plays, and it's very easy to set up. That's why it's so very good for so many types of players. And it's very good against a ton of popular formations. I should have probably picked a better offense because I don't have like a ton of popular formations in Ohio State. But the trio formation is pretty similar to trips tight end, which is a very popular formation in this game. Also, a ton of people use Ohio State, so you're probably going to see a ton of these plays used against you. But I'm going to pick just like a popular like verticals play. A lot of people love running verts online, so we're going to pick just a regular trio verts play. And I'm going to show you the first setup for a defense like this. So there's a ton of different plays we can pick, but the best play for this is probably the strong safety blitz 3. Make sure you have your auto flip turned on. It should be on by default, but I would definitely keep that on. I would leave all the zone drops and stuff alone for this specific play. If things start getting run on you over and over and over, then obviously adjust your zone drops. But we're going to run the stock, so we're going to go strong safety blitz 3. Alright, so this blitz is very easy to set up. Keep in mind, this is almost considered a glitch blitz, but there's so many plays on offense that are so glitchy and mess up defenses, like the flea flickers and the halfback passes where your entire secondary crashes down and glitches out. If people on offense are going to do this stuff to you, don't feel bad about doing glitchy plays on defense, I promise you. It's the way the game is. They need to fix some stuff, but until they do, this is how we need to play defense. You need to send a lot of pressure and make them make mistakes, and I promise you, if you start to use a defense like this, you are going to get a lot of stops. I promise you that. It's just about practice and setting things up correctly. And then whenever they start to adjust back. So the setup is really easy. We're going to press our D-pad to the left. This pulls up our defensive line adjustments. We're going to click the left stick down to pinch the line. And then we'll press the D-pad to the left again to pull the same menu back up. And then we're going to slant our line to the left with the right stick left. And in practice mode, sometimes you have to do it twice. But this is what the defensive line looks like. As you can see, they're all crashing to the left side of the line. And then the last setup for this defense is we're going to drag the blitzing safety to about right here. And then we're going to get back on our user, and we're going to fill this gap with our user. You want to make sure you see that green check mark over your player. All this means is that the offensive lineman recognizes you as a blitzing threat, and they're going to account for you for about the first quarter of a second, half second of the play to make sure you're not blitzing. And if you do, they're going to pick you up. So what we want to do is we want to use that to our advantage, and we want to pretend that we're blitzing for about a quarter of a second, and then we want to rush back out to user the rest of the play. So it's very easy. You're going to get some very glitchy pressure, sometimes from up the middle, usually from the left side of this defensive line. But let me show you a couple of times of just running this and what the potential of this defense is. I even got stuck on the defensive lineman, but he was completely free and would have got there even faster if he wasn't stuck on me. Watch this. So right here, number 66, he gets stuck on me and still gets very quick pressure. Watch this. No one touches him, gets stuck on me for a quarter of a second, comes and crashes on the quarterback. This play is over so fast. So fast. And that is the potential of this defense. And this stuff happens very, very often. This isn't a fluke. I can run this 10 out of 10 times and probably get pressure 8 or 9 out of 10 times. It is very consistent. Again, 2 players this time, very quick pressure. That is very hard to make a read in that amount of time. And because it's a 5-man blitz, we have a little bit of extra help in our secondary to help cover more space. So we don't have to worry about as much on the field as you would have to in a 6-man blitz. So let's take another look at this. Again, this time it's 66, and I can't remember who else it was, but we got pressure from 2 spots, 66 and 31. He got a quick block shed because Texas's line is very, very good, but 66 was the one completely untouched again. And a lot of the times, it's not happening at this exact moment, but you'll get pressure from this safety on the left side very, very fast. He's usually the one that gets untouched, but this is just the power of this defense, is the pressure can come from so many different parts of the defensive line. Take the user. Again, 66 is the one. So you want to make sure you find very fast players on your defensive line. So put in your speedsters. If you're in dynasty mode, make sure you're recruiting the fastest defensive lineman possible. Another thing that makes this defense so good is the best way to stop shotgun runs is to crash your line to the opposite side of the run anyways, which we are already doing that in our blitz anyways. So we're already slanting the line to the left. So if he runs left, our entire defensive line is crashing to the left. So let's show it one more last time just to show again that this is not a fluke. This happens very consistently. Right there, it was on the edge of that time. It was about 3 players that time to get in. Texas has a very good line, but you can do this with a ton of teams. The speed is really the main thing that matters. And there's literally no reason that this defense should work. We are blitzing 5 people. They have 5 linemen. They should be able to pick this blitz up in theory, but hey, glitchy defense gets us a stop. That's what you have to do in this game. Hey, if y'all want glitchy defenses to not be in the game, stop running double flea flickers. How about that? That's my counter to that. All right, so let's say you blitz them a couple of times and they've started to block their running back, or maybe they're starting to slide their line to the left side, whatever it may be. Now you can start bluffing the blitz and add an extra player into coverage. So then they have 1 less player on a route, and then you have 7 DBs on the field guarding 4 routes, which is very, very nice for passing as well. It is very hard to get 4 players open against 7 zones. Even in this game where defense is really bad, it is not easy. So what we can do is we can grab Barron and maybe put him on like a mid-read or whatever you want to put him on. And so now it looks like we're blitzing again, but we're actually just going to hop straight into coverage. So watch this. We act like we're blitzing, go out and guard. And honestly, the way you set up this defense, I mean, you still kind of get a good amount of pressure. I mean, what makes this play so good is the defensive line just finds a way to get to the quarterback in glitchy ways. I mean, this time we're only blitzing 4 people. We're still slanting our line to the left, but they have pass protection to the left side. They're blocking the running back. And watch 45 here. Watch him. Just glitches past. And I mean, I don't know what the line, look at 77. Like, he's not doing anything. He's just shuffling with them. I don't know what it is, but this defense is just so glitchy and gets so many stops in such weird ways. And it's so strong because there's just so many ways you can set this up. So this is the cover 3 setup, but you can run the same thing at like a cover 2. So we're in a cover 2 right now. We're going to pinch the line, slant the line to the left. We can grab him, blitz him. Same exact setup. So now it looks like we're still running that cover 3 blitz, but now it's a cover 2. Same thing. People are coming in free everywhere. We are screaming at them. And the setup is completely the same, but with different zones behind it. This formation is so good. I think I may honestly like this more than my 3-3-5 TITE that I showed in the last video. I mean, look at this. There's 3 players getting to the quarterback almost immediately. I mean, one of them was a block shed, but 2 guys are basically untouched on this play. It's just insane how much pressure you get out of this. And as I mentioned earlier, this defense is also very good against the run. I mean, just take a look at this. So let's just pretend, first of all, that we think that they're passing it. So it's same adjustment, pinch the line, slant them to the left, safety's still blitzing. Let's just watch how it plays out. I mean, there's not much there. That's what, maybe a yard? The line slanting to the left is already so good against shotgun runs. You always want to slant your line to the opposite side of the running back in shotgun plays. But not only that, if you know for sure that they're running it, let me show you a nice glitchy little adjustment you can make here. So let's say we know that they're running it. We're still going to send our blitz just in case they pass. But watch this. If we grab this other middle linebacker here and we blitz him and make sure he's going to this gap right here, watch this. This is so nice to shut down these little run plays out of shotgun. He comes shooting through the gap, and I mean, that's blown up. That is huge defense. You basically never have to worry about a shotgun run with this setup right here. And let me just show you one last time, just to show you again that this is not a fluke, guys. This is a great defense against so many different things. Middle linebackers blitzing, same setup, run it, shoots the gap, plays over. I mean, that's a loss of one, maybe back to the line of scrimmage. This defense, y'all, please, I beg you, start using it. So for the last part of this video, I'm going to show you this defense against a more of a run-heavy fit, like a single back and a pistol. So this is pistol set, which is not quite as run-heavy as single back, so we're going to start with it. All right, so for example purposes, I started them on the left hash. Most of the time, people are on the hash. They're on the left, they're on the right. Not very often will someone be in the middle of the field. So if they're on the left hash like this, they probably want to run the ball to the right. I mean, the corners are more spaced out. There's more wide open space over here to juke and spin. Most players are not going to take this back to the left. The defense is a little more congested. There's not as much space to work with over there. So they're probably going to run it to the right. So all we're going to do for the setup here, if we think a stretch is going to the right, same thing, pinch the line, shift them to the right, and then with this play, drag the blitzing safety just a couple steps in. And just watch this. Watch how easily we shut down the stretch play. Blitzing safety gets there, easy tackle. Even if he jukes him, I mean, we've got a wall of defenders coming. And also against most run plays, it's best to run either a cover 3 or a cover 4. Just as another little side note, which is perfect because that's what the setup of this play is anyways. So again, this is the strong safety blitz 3. Same setup if we think that they're passing the ball. Pinch the line, slant to the right side, drag the blitzing safety in just a couple of steps to make sure he doesn't get blocked by the wide receiver, and take a look. Same thing. He gets juked out, but we're right there on the defense. And he honestly glitched out a little bit anyways. On most normal plays, he's going to just run straight toward the running back. So, like, look, he's running towards the line for some reason. But if he just runs towards the running back, this play's over immediately. All right, and for the final part of this video, let's showcase us stopping what's probably the hardest thing to stop in this entire game. Stopping someone like Judkins before the play can really get developed. Once he gets past the line of scrimmage, stopping him is almost impossible. And I'm not going to lie, even in the backfield, he is very hard to take down because that spin move is very, very good. But with that being said, it's the exact same setup as before. We're going to pinch our line. We're going to slant them to the right, which is with the side that we think the running back's going to go. The safety in this play, though, we want him way outside. If we think a stretch is coming, drag him way out here. I'm talking like almost lined up with the wide receiver. We shouldn't even see him on our screen. And then with our user, you can either still sit in the gap and try to run backwards to take away a blocker, or you can just start off back here. It's kind of up to you. I've seen both work. I've seen both screw me. It kind of just depends on the play. But more often than not, I want to take away a blocker and then run backwards. You see, gap shut. And the number 7, the blitzing safety, is the one that killed the play. And this is how it's going to work 9 times out of 10. The stretch play has to go back inside because number 7, our blitzing safety, is outside containing. So he can't take this outside wide. My user probably could have been a little bit better here, but the edge is contained from number 7, which is the main part of this play that we need. We cannot let Judkins get to this open space over here. Otherwise, the play is probably over. So same setup, pinch the line, slant them to the right, drag the blitzing safety way outside, almost in line with the wide receiver, grab our user, either hover middle or float back, up to you. Again, there's absolutely nothing. He breaks a tackle, a little bit lucky there. But you can see that that play was dead before it began. One last time, show it's not a fluke, and then we're going to end this video. Let's take another look. I'm going to cover the gap this time to show you it works either way. Run backwards, blitzing. I mean, what can you do against that? At that point, it's all just about can you get a lucky spin move or not. And let's show it one last time just for fun. Drag him way outside. Shouldn't even see him on the screen. Either hold the gap or float, completely up to you. Sit the gap this time. Take with a blocker. Inside's contained, outside's contained. I mean, that play's dead. This is your best chance of stopping this. And here's the thing about this defense. If you can stop Judkins and stop Ohio State, then you can probably stop just about any offense in the game. Take a look. Outside blitzer is coming completely free. My user's covering the middle. There's not much room. Maybe he can hit a spin early into the play and go left. Probably not with number 91 here. This is pretty solid defense. I mean, there's not really any specific hole to hit. He can maybe spin through this. No, probably not, because there's another defender coming right behind. I mean, it's pretty much bagged, man. I'm just telling you, if y'all want more stops, start labbing this defense up. get good with it, and it doesn't take a whole lot of practice. I'm not going to lie to you. This is a very simple defense to run, and I really, really like it. It doesn't take much brain power to use. Look at this. Plays dead again. If you enjoyed the video, check out the other two popping up on the screen right now, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It's Real Jev, and I'm out.